hi to all our friends, our agency leader friends, our consultants, advisors, agents, planner friends, and to our corporate clients. A very good morning. Now, this is Jensen saying a casual good morning before we officially begin today's webinar called The Next Level Live about sales, about recruitment, about agency growth. So, now we are expecting a lot of people signing in right now. We are seeing the numbers jumping. So in case you do not know, we have friends, if you look at the chat board, we have friends from Cambodia, we have friends from Singapore definitely, we have friends from Malaysia, from Thailand, from Philippines, and from group level across the region. So very, very happy to see all of you on this morning right here in Singapore. Now it's 10 a.m. In some parts of the other parts of Asia, it's probably 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. So good to see all of you. So today we will have 6 speakers. I'll be introducing them shortly. By the way, if you like your colleague, your agency colleagues, or your consultants, or your agency leaders to join this webinar right now, we still have some places, and all you need to do is to forward the link in the chat board to them, okay? You can forward this link on the chat board to them. They click on the link. They get over there, key in their name, their email address, and they gain immediate access to this webinar right here. So we are going to start in a couple of minutes, and you will be hearing from the 6 speakers on the areas that's very close to your heart. Now, this is Jensen with the team from Jensen Siaw International producing the show. Today, from the speakers to the entire show production is all by our team, and we are doing this exclusively for everyone on the show right now, okay? So the speakers are ready. Everyone is ready. Share the link to your friends who you like them to join us in this webinar. And if you like, you can also share this on social media and tag JSI to let everyone else know that we are doing this for the industry, for you, and for your business, okay? This is Jensen, together with my speakers. We'll see you in just 2 minutes. got to continue even when you're tired, and you got to continue even when it's painful. Okay, speakers, ready on 5? Go. Yes.
Ready, Jensen?
Ready? Pen, ready?
Please ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Green screen.
5, 4.
Hello and a very good morning to all our friends. This is Jensen and welcome to the Next Level Live on your sales, on your recruitment, and on your agency growth. Once again, this is Jensen, Siaw, welcoming you onto our webinar here on behalf of the entire JSI team. Now today we have 6 speakers going to share with you on tips, on insights, on wisdom on how you can grow your agency, grow your sales, do your recruitment, connect with your clients, generate more lists, and the list go on. Now, I know you must be missing us. To all our audience, hundreds of you now on our webinar, can you put a sign of plus? If you put one plus sign, means you miss us. You put many pluses, that means you miss us a lot. And we have right here built a virtual stage. So you can see me walking on stage. Because we know that you are missing us, so we want to be face-to-face with you on a virtual platform. So instead of having one where we put our frame or our faces and our shots in a frame, we are not doing a picture-in-picture. You know what in production what that means. But we are doing a stage here where you can walk. So later you will see the speakers walking, and I can walk close up to you. I see Vera, Vetu, Nora, and many pluses. So I can walk close up to you, speak to you, and you can see on my face. Now, see the close up with the speakers. Then the speakers can also walk back because we want to give you an almost as real, as physical as possible an experience. So we see many pluses coming in. We even see some of our consultants, our friends on the Royal Caribbean cruise are also tuning in. Then we also have friends from Cambodia, from Malaysia, from where else? Oh, Thailand this morning. Yes, Thailand. So now, wherever you are right now, we are so happy to see you. And this morning, right here, we have 6 speakers for you. A few things before we kick off this morning session. One is, please keep your chat coming in. Your chat will let us know how you're responding, how you're feeling. And if you have any questions, you can put in the Q&A tab, okay? Put in the Q&A tab. Now, every speaker this morning will have about 20 minutes to share the essence of their best insights with you on how you can grow your agency, grow your sales, grow your recruitment, grow your business, all right? Now, some people ask, Jensen, why are you all doing this? Yes, this is completely free, given to you. We are doing this for one reason. Over a year ago, COVID-19 hit our lives, hit our businesses, hit our spirits. Then we sprung into action. We delivered multiple Facebook live shows. We delivered pro bono webinar conferences for our clients. And 1 year later today, we are live streaming to you from the studio right here because we recognize that in 2021, 1 year after COVID, you will need still motivation, you will need skills, you will need techniques, you will need tactics, and many things to keep you going on your agency business. Now, to all our friends on the show, I would like you to continue your chat coming in so that it will also give a response to all the speakers right here this morning. Okay, how about that? Let's see how everyone is doing. Now, you have a click raise hand function. At the count of 3, I'd like you to click raise hand so that we can see all the hands going up and the speakers can sense your applause, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Raise your hands. Okay, the numbers going up, numbers going up. numbers going up. And if you are viewing this together with your agency group or your agency unit, can you let us know? Say me, put in me in the chat. Because some of you have told us that you sign up one person, but you're going to show it on in the room, on the screen to your entire agency. Okay, yeah, so we have the chats coming in. Okay, great. Now, so 6 speakers this morning only for you. Now, the first speaker coming up, his name is Jason Tan. So you will notice that today, the topics will go across recruitment, will go across sales, production, will go across tactics and techniques. The first speaker, Jason Tan, he is known as an agency growth architect. Now, I'm going to share something personal about the speaker. Jason is a father of 2, and he spent many years of his career in marketing, in building brands, and helping businesses and agencies reach out to their potential clients, candidates. So over the past 2 years, when Jason was with Jensen Siaw International, JSI, he has delivered multiple sessions on agency growth, sales lead generation to all our clients, the major insurance companies that you can name. Today, he's going to share something in a very macro level that will help you look at your entire agency. The title is called The Total Ecosystem to Build Your Multi-Million-Dollar Agency. And he is the person, or he was the brainchild, the strategist behind the growth of one of Singapore's most successful agency. I'll leave him to tell you more about his strategies and how you can build your agency into a multi-million-dollar one with a total ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the first speaker, Jason Tan.
Hi, I'm Carissa, a news reporter for Metro TV in Indonesia, Jakarta. You can catch all my latest updates on my Instagram at carissa.p. But today is not about me. It's all about your workshop with this guy, Jason Strungerhead. I still remember my first encounter with Jason. I wasn't sure that I can learn marketing from him because he looks so young and funky, right? What changed my mind? Let's find it out together, shall we? His latest win was growing an agency FYC by 55%, and agency size by 86%, all within 1 year. Are you excited to pick his brain already? Over to you, Jason.
Hello. A little bit of a help here. I need your fantastic response that will help us to kickstart this seminar to a fantastic start, and that will inspire us, right, to give you more fantastic tips where it will empower you to a fantastic finish in 2021. Now, if that sounds fantastic to you, could you help me to put a yes on the chat right now so that let's get a fantastic going, shall we? Thank you very much, everyone. Now, I'm fortunate to have worked with one of the most ambitious and visionary leaders, agency leaders in Singapore. Now, for the very first time today, this morning, I'm going to be sharing with you a secret conversation that started on 24th of June, 2017. Now, on the 24th of June 2017, I worked together with this agency leader to draw the blueprint. And this blueprint was responsible to mark the start of an exploder agency, which grew the agency into a few hundred sales force within 20 months. Now, if that interests you, stay on with me for the next 20 minutes. Now, the agency growth blueprint, no matter what size agency you are going through, you will definitely go through 3 stages of the agency blueprint. First, you will need to start. Next, you need to grow. After which, you will need to scale. Most of you probably will face all 3 stages with 3 different types of problem. So when you start, you will be finding it difficult to grow your agency size between 10 to 20 people. Now, once you hit the 10-20 people mark, you will have the next problem. The next problem is you're probably going to be stuck and looking at how are you going to grow your agency beyond 20 to the 50, 80 mark. Now, after that, you have another problem. You don't know why your agency always stuck within the 100 people range. How are you going to make, what changes you need to do to your agency in order to grow your agency beyond 100 to 300 to 500 range? And we managed to do that all in 20 months. Now, first off, when you want to start, it is the easiest. However, it is easier said than done. When you want to start, you'll be thinking, I just need to recruit a lot of people and I can get started. And what's so difficult recruiting people? If Google can get an application of about 3.3 million applications per year, Facebook can easily get 250,000 applications per year. And even McDonald's can get about 1,000 applications every single day. You should be able to get at least 10 applications to 20 applications as well every single month. You'll be thinking, but it is not so easy. It is difficult to get people to join your business. Am I right? Why is it that you find it hard to get people to join your business? The reason is because you have this one big problem. The first big problem, I call it the prominence issue. This prominent issue is related to your reputation. Now, if you look at the brands just now, they all have strong brand presence. When it comes to strong brand presence, that means, right, a lot of people know them. Now, because a lot of people know them, it is easier for them to attract people to want to join their business. Now, for you, you may be lagging that presence. So in order to build that presence, you need to first understand the concept of branding. So let's go through what is the concept of branding. For branding really is just a word that people remember you for in their mind. So for instance, if you talk about branding, let's talk about smartphone. When you think of smartphone, what will be the brand that comes to your mind? You have a brand in mind, right? And I'm sure that brand probably will be the smartphone brand that you are using right now. Now, if you talk about fast food, what will be the brand that comes to your mind? Definitely there's some brands, right? And I'm very sure those brands of fast food are one of those brands that you probably patronize very regularly. Let's talk about toothpaste. If you are thinking of toothpaste, what brand comes to your mind? And I'm pretty sure the brand of toothpaste that you're using is the brand that you remember. So similarly, for yourself, we also have this thing called a personal brand. So when it comes to personal brand, it works very similarly to all the household brand that we mentioned just now. So your personal brand is determined, the strength of your personal brand is determined by how well people remember you, how well your friends and your peers remember you, and what you stand for in their mind. So for example, when you're thinking to get legal advice, who comes to your mind? Do you have a friend who's a lawyer? Now when it comes to financial consultant, so who comes to your mind? If your friend remember you first, I'm very sure those will be your immediate prospect. Those probably will become your customer today. Now when it comes to sales and marketing trainer, who comes to your mind? I'm hoping you will say Jason. Okay, so when it comes to personal branding works very similar to the MNC brands. However, there's a distinctive difference. What would be the difference? So for example, when you talk about personal branding, if you work your brand well, you'll be able to get about 150 to 200 people to remember you and get your name at the top of their mind. So for instance, whenever they think of financial consultant, they probably think of your name. And you'll be able to influence these people to remember you and make them come to you first when they are looking for financial services. Some people will say that actually we can go beyond that number. You are right. That's the reason why Facebook has got about 5,000 fans, right, that they allow you to have. Because if you were to stretch your brand, you'll be able to get about 3,000 people to about 5,000 people to remember you. Some people say actually not true. You can make yourself, right, have become a strong personal brand, become the Kim Kardashian or the Cristiano Ronaldo of the financial industry. You can become the financial consultant celebrity. That's a possibility as well. You can do that. However, when you do that, you have millions and millions of fans, you become a celebrity, you will also have a celebrity problem. So let me share with you the first problem. The first problem is that all the clients will only want you to serve them. Now, when it comes to recruitment, all the people that you attract, they only want to be under you directly. So have you ever considered how many people can you serve? How many financial consultants can you actually manage? You can't do everything by yourself. That's why it is important that you have to move away in order for you to build an agency with a size that is in the hundreds to the thousand. First, you need to move away from me to us. You need to focus on your company branding instead of personal branding. Now, if you can do that, you will find that it's easier for you to attract people, and it's easier for you to grow your business better and smoother to proceed to the next stage. So once you're able to do that, something good is about to happen, right? You will find that it is easy for you to attract and grow your business from about one-man, two-man team to about 30 to 50 people in a relatively short period of time once you are able to build the brand name. However, you will have the next problem. The next problem is this. For example, now you have got about 80 people, 50 people in your agency. This is very, very common sin. Tell me whether is it common, and tell me whether are you facing this problem as well. Everyone is waiting for you to give them instruction. The moment you are not in the office, they stop working. The moment they don't know what to do, they all freeze and text you to give them instruction. So I call this the second problem, operational problem. Now let me share with you something. How is it that McDonald's is able to have so many outlets? The founder of McDonald's is called Ray Kroc. How is he able to manage over, I think, 100,000 employees and run 39,000 outlets over 100 countries and serving 69 million customers every single day? How did he do it? The trick is he didn't do it himself. In fact, he wasn't involved in the business at all. So if you look at it, the company cannot work if, let's say, you are in the business itself. If the company cannot work without you, your business cannot grow. So what you need to do is you need to be designing a system that get you out of the business, that get you out of the business operation. So in short, when you start to build your agency, you need to build this thing called SOP. You need a standard operating procedure. You need to have a process, a system, to talk about how are you going to get everything to be functioning without your presence. Some people will be thinking, okay, SOP, very complicated, and it is very, very cumbersome. It is for the bigger agency. So for now, when I'm small, I don't need any SOP. Only when I grow in size, then I can begin to implement it. Now, this is a very, very wrongful mindset. Please do not fall into this trap. You have to start building the agency and getting this SOP implemented from day one. Even when you started off just as a one-man team, you need your SOP. Because if not, the moment you get momentum, the moment more and more people come into play, you will realize that you don't have the proper system to groom them. You don't have the proper system to move your agency and operate and function them well. And that's where you have a lot of people leaving your agency. You have a retention problem, serious one. So that's why you need SOP. And you need an ecosystem. Every big business have it. McDonald's, they are able to do it because they have one. Look at the ecosystem of McDonald's. They know exactly what they need to do. Every outlet, they know where will be the location for the kitchen. How long will be the cash counter? And then the French fries, why is it that it will always be on the left-hand side or the right-hand corner? It will always be on a C shape. And the moment, what time is going to be the peak hour? During peak hour, within the restaurant capacity, how many staff we need? How many counters need to be open? How many floor managers will we need? During low peak hour, how are we going to cut the manpower to save costs? And when customer complain, how do you do service recovery? All this has SOP. Do you have your SOP? If you have one, you should be able to build an ecosystem for your agency that looks something like this. Now, it looks a little bit complicated. It's actually not. You can split it up into a few key functions. So you need an SOP, you need activities, you need a branding arm. The branding arm will help you to continue to build your company brand, to help you to attract customer, to help you to attract your recruitment. Once you're able to attract your customer, what would be the customer experience within your agency? Why is it that the customer will feel special if they were to buy and support your agency? So the moment you attract the customer in, when should you follow up? How are you going to follow up? And how are you going to retain them? You need another recruitment arm to continuously build activities that will help you with your recruitment. And you need a training arm. So there's a lot of things that you need to do. And you can't do it yourself. You need to build a system. You need to build a process to make it happen. So if you have a proper agency ecosystem, the very first thing is you should have this thing called the marketing department. The marketing department will help you to design, right? What is it that you will need to do? When do you need to post on social media? How often you need to post? And when you want to post, the moment you get a lead, how are you going to follow up? When do you need to follow up? If the lead didn't respond to you, how many days later you need to follow up? When do you close? After you close, what do you need to do? And if you talk about recruitment, if you talk about sales, how do you recruit? And when you're doing sales, are you able to monitor all your people? So when your team is small, it's easy. When your team gets to about 30 to 50 people, how are you going to manage all your people? Do you have a tool that will allow you to supervise and manage all your sales force performance? Do you know how many pitch they have done? Are they getting above average rejection rate? The moment they are getting above average rejection rate, do you think you need to give them a little bit of your attention so that you can go and motivate them, inspire them, understand what went wrong with the sales process? You need all this in place. If you have all this in place, I assure you, growing your agency will be easier. Now, the next thing will be this. Once you're able to grow your agency, you need to scale your agency. So how do you scale your agency? Now, the moment you have got a lot of people coming into your agency, you will have another problem. Because the moment your people are doing well, they will always have this mindset. The grass, it's always greener on the other side. You will have a retention problem. So how are you going to retain your people? A lot of people will say that you can retain your people through relationship. Now, if you use relationship, according to Jack Ma, relationship is the most unreliable thing in the world, which is the reason why marriage needs to go into a legally binding contract. So if relationship works, why do we need a marriage certificate? And therefore, how do you get your people to stick with you? I'm going to share with you how MNC does it. First, you have to bond your people through resources. Now, we all know, if you want to grow an agency, you need an ecosystem. If you want to build an agency, you cannot do everything yourself. You need a marketing arm, you need admin, you need finance. And if your people wants to branch out, wants to grow, they will need all these resources. However, if you guys stay together as a team, because all these resources, it's not cheap. But when you guys work together to share the cost, all these resources will be available at much affordable price. And because of that, they may stick to you longer. If they were to branch out, they have to bear all these costs themselves. And that will make it unprofitable for them if they walk out of your agency. The next thing is, you need to bond them by growth. Now, when we say growth, you need to make it tangible. So let me share with you how the MNCs are doing it. How do you make it tangible for them? One of the ways to measure growth, let's not kid ourselves, it's money. They want to see how they are able to get wealthier, they are able to grow financially, so that will be one of the most tangible ways to measure whether are they improving, are they getting better when they are with you. And for the MNC, how do they get people to stay with them longer? That's the reason why in Singapore, we call it the AWS, the annual wage supplement, right? Some people call it the 13-month bonus. So for an employee, if they were to stay with the company for 1 year, they will get 1 month bonus salary. So you can do the same with this kind of a concept. So you can, for example, maybe you can buy short-term policies, and the moment your people stay with you after a period of time, you can give them a lump sum payout. For example, I'm just giving you a suggestion. Now for myself, I can share with you another way. Now for a lot of companies, the longer you stay with them, they will give you more leave benefit. So for example, let's say when you join a company, you have 14 days leave. If you join a company for after 1 year, they add 1 more day. If you join a company for 2 years, they will add another 2 days, so on and so forth. So one of the ways that I used to keep my people with me was that I invested in dividend asset class. So I'll get dividends every year. And the people who are in my team, I will share my dividend with them. Now, if they join me for a longer period of time, I will increase the percentage of the split between me and them. So that is another way that you can use to get them to be with you. Now, there's another one. I didn't do it myself, but I've seen other agencies doing it in other countries. Is that they join hands to go into investment together. They join hands to go and buy property together, and they will be able to enjoy the rental, enjoy the capital growth together. And because of that, this whole team stay very loyal together with them for about 10 years. So you can use all these ideas to bond your people together. So in short, when you want to grow your agency, there will be 3 things that you need to overcome. Number 1, how are you going to start? Number 2, how are you going to grow? Number 3, how are you going to scale? To start, you need to transit from personal branding to company branding. To grow, you need to make sure you do not get involved with the business operation. You need to build a system. And to scale, you need to understand how you're going to retain your best people. You need to understand that you cannot keep all the earnings to yourself. The more you give, the more you will get. Now, how do you want to build your agency? It will depend on you. The bigger you want, you can achieve it. So long you just need to think big. So I'm going to part by leaving you this statement. Think big and you will get big. I look forward to connect with you guys on social media and hope that you will be able to share your agency success experience with me in 2021. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Jason. Yay! Okay, this is where you do a fist pump. Yay!
Yay!
Fist pump. All right, so you heard from Jason Tan on how you can use the total ecosystem and build your multi-million-dollar agency. We've got questions coming in. We'll look at the questions. Yes, many of the thank you to Jason. Now, yes, so Jason is our first speaker, and upcoming we have speakers on sales, on production, on how you can connect with purpose, on how you can generate leads. So stay tuned with us. Now, Jason, before you leave, I know later you can look at the chat and look at the Q&A.
Sure.
Yeah, feel free to connect with us. Jason, before you leave, one final motivational message for our audience.
Now, the world has all the resources that you need to grow far beyond your imagination. All you need to do is take action and let the magic begin for you in 2021. Thank you.
I like that. Take action and let the magic begin for you. Now, please give a virtual hand and click raise hands for Jason Tan. Thank you very much. Thank you. See you, Jason.
All right, bye-bye.
Yay. Now, you can see we're having a live walking stage here. So I'm going to walk around the stage and the speakers will walk around the stage as well. Once again, to all our friends who just joined us, welcome to the Next Level Live. This is by Jensen Siaw International. Today we talk about sales, we talk about recruitment, we talk about agency growth, okay? So this is put together for you to help you thrive in your business. Keep your questions, keep your chat coming. Now, if you like what Jason has shared so far, can you let us know? Can you put a plus sign or write number 1 in the chat? If you like what Jason has shared with you so far, can you let us know? Put a plus or number 1. Just put number 1 in the chat, or all the pluses and the number 1s coming in. Okay, and to all our friends on the show, if you feel that this can benefit some of your agency colleagues, your agency, fellow agency leaders, please share with them this link, okay? So our production is going to put this link in the chat board right now. Share with them the link. They can go there, put their name, their email address, and immediately gain access. So Jason spoke about agency growth. Next up, we will have Chua speaking about generating massive leads using instant connection. So let me say a few words about Christian. So close to 15 years ago, I first met Christian, and till now he has spent 20 years in the speaking circle. He is a certified speaking professional recognized internationally. He has spoken and delivered at the 2019 Global MDRT Annual Meeting and the Global Conference. So those of you who went to MDRT meeting, at the annual meeting and the Global Conference, you would have seen him. Now, he's known as the success magnet guy, having shared with thousands and thousands of people how to achieve business success, relationship success in terms of business networking. He is also known as the body language expert, having shared his insights, especially during the highlight event when Donald Trump and Kim was in Singapore analyzing their body language. And in the recent 1 to 2 years, he's also known for the face profiling, where he read a person's from his face and know how to connect with the person instantly. This is a father of 3 at his age, 50 plus, can say, at 50 plus, he's still beaming with energy, doesn't look like 50s, and he's here to share his heart with you on how you can get instant connection. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christian Chua. Woohoo! Yay!
Jensen, I just can't imagine how you can remember all that lines.
You like the intro?
I was looking for a teleprompter and there wasn't one, so you actually memorized everything about me.
Yeah, that's the thing. In our team, we know each other very well. So right now, I'm going to leave the stage the next 20 minutes to Christian.
Well, thanks, Jensen. I'm so glad to be part of this awesome production. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in from wherever you are. So I'm Christian Chua. I have been a sales motivator in the insurance industry for over 20 years, but I'm also a body language expert and I'm a face reading expert. And today I'm going to, because you tune in, going to share with you some gems, some real diamonds today. Okay? So what we are going to learn today is how to talk to strangers anytime, anywhere. Imagine you want leads and you ask your prospect, can you give me 5 names? And if they like you, they give you good names. If they don't like you, they give you names that you call and you get scolded. But what if you just generate your own leads from the strangers that you meet on the streets? So that's what we're going to learn, and you can be comfortable talking to anyone, anywhere, carrying out with conversations with, these are all our local celebrities, and that's Miss World Philippines. The first thing I want to start off by saying that human beings are generally sociable people. We like other people. That's why we prefer to have an experience in a restaurant than to have takeouts. We enjoy going to social events like parties because we are social people. So that's the first thing you need to know. We are afraid to approach strangers because they may snub us, they may reject us, but don't worry, we got lots of tips on how to overcome that. The first myth is this: people think that, we come from a busy city and, people don't stop to talk to us. Well, that's not true. People are busy, but they can still be friendly. Laid-back towns, some of you might come on laid-back towns. You have the opportunity to have longer networking session. Maybe we have less. But because we are densely populated, we have more opportunities to meet more people. Well, I'm not talking about talking to everyone in a bus or in the subway. That might not be possible. Still possible, but what I'm talking about is in every situation, each day, you can easily open up 5 to 10 different conversations with strangers. So let's get started. Okay. So I'm going to introduce you this sexy method. Sexy spelled S-A-C-C -C. Okay, it's a setup, which I'm going to talk immediately. The approach is when you walk towards the stranger. That's called the approach. The contact is the first time you open your mouth and say hello. And then we talk about the conversation. After the person responds to you, how do you carry out a conversation that you get them hooked? And from the conversation, we have the conversion. And when I say conversion, I don't mean an instant sale. I mean they are converted and say, hey, you're pretty nice. I would like to be your friend. Okay, so that's the sexy method. So we go with the S, which is a setup. What's the setup? Okay, the setup is this. If you're aware of your environment, you will take full advantage and you'll know how to approach the person. Know what you're wearing on that day and what are you carrying with you. Because when you approach someone, the first thing they have is this thing called uncertainty. They don't know why you are approaching them. They don't know what you want. Are you trying to sell them something? Are you trying to convert them into your religion? So they have all these things in their head. So that's called the setup. So I was with a friend and I said, look, I'm going to talk to that pretty girl. I approached her and I said, this was in Singapore. She was in beautiful exercise gear. And I said, what's happening here? There's so many of you in the exercise gear. And he said, sir, don't you know that this is where we have the spin exercise? That's where people get on a bicycle, and then they have hot music, and then the instructors will play the hot music, and they will exercise. And there were so many pretty girls there. And I said, really? And I said, I have never heard of it. Can you tell me more about it? And she whipped out her phone, and she said, let me show you some pictures. And that was being personal already, taking out the phone, showing up the pictures. And I said, wow, this is amazing. But old men like me, maybe not suitable. He said, not true. You should come and try. You should come and try, and you enjoy it. And I said, really? Maybe one day I'll join you? And she said, sure, of course. And then my friend was looking at me and said, wow, this girl's really friendly. And after that, I debriefed him, and I said, why do you think she was willing to talk to me? And he said, she's friendly. I said, no, did you notice what I was wearing and what I was carrying? And he said, no. I said I was carrying a crate with equipments in there. Yeah? Cameras, microphones. And you know, when people look at you, they judge you immediately. This guy can't be selling me something. He's probably off to an event. And he's just genuinely being friendly. And that's how people make that judgment on you. And because of that, she feels that there's no uncertainty to talk to this gentleman. And my friend go, oh, wow, can you tell me more about that science? And I will. I will not only tell him, I'm going to tell you how it's done. So you imagine if two people approach you, one guy with 3 boxes and the other guy like ready for business. What are the 2 different impressions you're going to have when that person, each individual approach you? Say the guy with the box, when he approach you, what's he going to do? He's going to rob you? He's going to harass you? Not likely, right? He's probably moving a house and he's probably asking for some help or some directions. But the other guy in the shirt and the tie, he's going to do some business with you. Okay, so you see the context and what we're talking about. I'm going to draw it down to a precise science for you. So let's say we see a couple here, one with a mother with a baby and mother with a baby. Now, it doesn't matter what those mothers are working as outside. She could be an accountant, she could be a financial services manager or an agent, or she could be a nurse. It doesn't matter. In this context, she's a mother. She's a mother with a newborn baby, and the other lady is a mother with a newborn baby, and that's her persona for that moment. So if you are an agent, but with the baby, and you're going to the park and you see another mother with a baby, you are going to interact as mothers. And if you notice that, then you know that it is so safe for me to approach another mother with a child. Now that's networking, that's connection. Networking isn't just about networking during a networking event. If you have your feelers up, you can meet 5 to 10 new people a day and keep it into your database and your arsenal of new leads that you can contact with later on. Now in this case, let's say you are the gentleman there with your family. If you were alone and you approach someone, they say, wow, a stranger, perhaps stranger danger, man approaching me. But if another family was just on another bench a few meters away, and then when he looks at you, you're in a context of a family man, a father. And if you walk over and talk to the other family, there's so little uncertainty because you're not approaching as an agent, you're approaching as a father. You see? So just bearing in mind this context, I meet people all the time, every day for my business, which is the speaking business. I travel all around the world for the last years, almost every single month to some major cities, and I have friends everywhere in the world today because I'm just using this concept of the setup. Okay? So now we move to A, the approach. And what's the approach? I'm the body language expert. The approach is how you approach people. I know some of you may be doing road shows and you have the technique where you ask people to fill up survey forms. You know, one of the worst approach is doing this. Going in front of people and say, hello, hi, hi, hi. That's overdoing it. That's scary. The moment you do that with a clipboard, people know. Trying to sell something or trying to get information or something like that. Okay, so that approach is completely a put off. Don't do that. Okay, so what do we do when we do an approach? The first thing in approach, and I have a precious 20 minutes, we have already used up half. The first thing in an approach is called the smile. The smile reduces so much uncertainty. If you approach a person without smiling, wow, you may be unfriendly, you may be stressed, you may be aggressive. The moment you smile, you're friendly, okay? Not necessarily still approachable. At least half of it is eliminated. I'm friendly, okay? I'm approaching you in a friendly manner. But here comes the killer. Now there's two pictures here. On your Tom Cruise, I don't know whether it's left or right because I look behind. Tom Cruise has a Hollywood smile. He's charming, he's handsome. And the other one I call a networker smile. Now listen to this very, very carefully because here's the diamond, I'm going to give it to you. Now, if an untrained body language expert or face reading expert, when you look at the picture, you will say both look friendly. Now, where you are right now, practice this. Give me a smile. Give me a happy smile wherever you are and hold the smile. Okay, hold the smile. With happy, add in surprise. Happy and surprise. So you smile and then your eyebrow goes up. Now add happy, surprise, and charmed. You see the whole body language changes? If I keep adding on the elements, we have the perfect networker's persona. If you go into acting school, they will teach you all the 100 over emotions. And that's why the A-listers portray it so well. It's just not a smile. Now, Tom Cruise is projecting happy, friendly, and charm. The other girl is projecting friendly, delight, amused, and that's why the mouth open, squinty eyes, laughing. Okay, so now, even if you are untrained, when someone approaches you with more than 7 to 8 elements in the face and the body language, you automatically say, yes, come, approach me. That's how you do it. Okay? And the third one, there's obviously more to the approach, but for this 20 minutes, and because you tune in, I'm going to give you as much great content as possible. Now, the third one is called the contact. So you have the setup, you have the approach, you walk forward, and then the contact. You say, hello, and you talk, okay? The first approach. Now, say if you're in a queue for food. Now, in order to open a conversation, try not to make a statement. Try to ask a question. Look at the two. Let me zoom it in. I've never tried this stall before. Is it good? So if I talk to the person in front of me and I say, wow, I've never tried this stall before. Is it good? Such a question only requires a yes or no answer. So he turns around and says, it's quite good. Okay? The other one, the food must be good considering the queue is so long. This is even worse. The person just say, uh-huh. You can see that? So the question or the first one have a higher chances when you say, I've never tried this stall before. Is it good? And the person turns around, it's really good. I've been eating here for 10 over years. Really? You see the difference? Just that little perfection when you approach and you ask someone, you ask that question, they open up. So when I approached that lady who was going for her exercise, I said, ma'am, there's so much commotion here and everyone's so dressed up. What exactly is happening? She cannot answer, yes, no. She requires to explain. And as she explains, it gives me more keywords to pick up to elaborate on the conversation. And that's how I meet people anytime, anywhere. Okay? So that's the approach. If you are like an environment like in Singapore, perhaps Malaysia, you're tuning in the Philippines, sometimes you make eye contact because the food court or the cafeteria is full and somebody wants to share the table with you and they say, hi, is this seat taken? Now your turn. Don't answer yes or no. Just say, Please join me. Love to have some company. You're alone? Okay, when you have longer sentences, you invite people to respond. And then when the conversation starts, you get it going, okay? You're at level 4, fourth stage. The approach, the setup, the approach, the contact, this is the conversation. Now, how well you do in the conversation will determine whether or not you hit the home run and they say, here's my contact. No, I love to meet you again. I love to have coffee with you again. Today I'm in a rush, but it was so interesting talking to you. I've done this all the time. Okay, look, not every time is going to be successful, but out of the 10 approaches you make, you get 5, you get 4. Can you imagine the amount of database that you're going to have and the new friendship that you have? Even if they don't turn out to be clients, don't you think good friends are an asset? Okay? So make eye contact, send a big smile across, say enthusiastically, join me. And if the person returns with a smile, immediately just say, just continue the conversation. You work around here, you eat here often, and so on. Okay? So the conversation, what do we say? In the case of this couple, what can you talk about? So easy. Okay, let me show you the approach. Okay, the setup is you are both pushing a pram with your loved one there, and then you make eye contact, you smile, and if the person responds, you immediately say, you have a really cute kid, and you too. You live around here, and that's, you see, the first contact is, you have a great kid. And then he said, do you live around here? Oh, yeah, I'm just living 2 blocks away. That's when you start the conversation, okay? You come here often, haven't seen you, it's the first time. Oh, yeah, we just moved in a week ago. By the name, my name's Shirley, and oh, I'm Chloe. That's where the contact and the conversation starts, okay? Now, the final one is the conversion. How do we make people want to continue to connect with us? That's the conversion, or sometimes we call it the charm. People like you because you say all the right things that make them feel, this person could be my friend. It could be humor, you are funny. It could be information that you gave them that they really need to connect with you. Say, as a mother, let's take a context as a mother. What do we talk about? Milk powder. What milk powder are you using? Oh, I've got this great milk powder. It's on sale. I know exactly where to get it for a bulk rate. Really? Can you give me the contact? Sure. Then you exchange contact, and that's when you're friends. And that's how easy it's done. Okay? So in my elaborate workshop, I will show you pictures of the pictures of the pictures. We'll go through the training. In this context, what do you do? In that context, what would you do? We will practice on the face expression. How do you add this element and all the 65 to 70 different expressions that your 43 muscles below your face can react to. Okay? Isn't that interesting? So I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Stay tuned. We got really a lot more great speakers. I will leave you with this quote: your success is just a smile away. Thank you so much.
And I must answer with a smile. Okay, yay. Thank you, Christian. Thanks, bro.
Thank you.
Okay, stay here with us first, because you have shared with our friends and our attendees and our friends on the show about the smile. Now, we are going to do this, Christian. We're going to take a few steps forward so we get nearer to the camera, and then you can show them the smile, shall we? We'll take a few steps forward.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like a real stage, so you can walk all the way here. Okay, you can go even nearer if you want, so they can see our face up close and personal. But we must stand 1 meter distance. Okay, so can you demonstrate the Tom Cruise's smile?
Tom Cruise smile, Hollywood smile, smile with upper set of teeth. Widen your mouth all the way to the back.
Okay, Tom Cruise's smile by Christian Chua. Now can you demonstrate the networker smile?
Okay, say if you're a bigger guy and you're approaching a smaller built lady, she might feel intimidated. So to look less assertive and less aggressive, you add an element of vulnerability, which means like that, okay, a vulnerability. So you smile like that. like delight. Don't look so intimidating.
Okay. So it's lower your intimidatingness and making yourself more approachable.
Eyes dilate larger, eye becomes bigger, mouth opens slightly.
Okay, so we have learned a small from Christian, and in case you're thinking, we know we met some questions coming in and say that, can you teach us more things? Now, this is a 20-minute segment, and 20 minutes the speakers are giving you the essence of what they usually teach in half a day, full day workshop, but this is the moment that we give you the essence and the content for you. So take a few tips. If you like what Christian has shared with you, can you put number two, second speaker, number 2 in the chat? And we'd like to say once again, thank you to Christian for sharing with us. Thank you, bro.
Oh, thank you everyone. See you. Bye.
Yay, bye-bye. And that was Christian sharing with you on how you can have instant connection and generate many, many leads. Now, I'm pulling out my phone for one reason, because I want to share with you the list of companies that have joined us in this conference. So I'm going to read you some names and thank all of you for joining us. We have from Allianz Malaysia, we have AIA from Malaysia, Cambodia, Singapore, the regional group, Excel, our friends from Excel, hi, from the Daiichi Life, from FWD, from Great Eastern Financial Advisors, we have Great Eastern as well, we have Infinitum Financial Advisors, we have NTUC Income, Manulife Financial Advisors, Manulife Singapore, Cambodia, Prudential, Pru Life UK, Sun Life of Philippines, and our friends from Thailand. So thanks for joining us, and we have 4 more speakers before I will close motivationally for you. Now, so far you have heard from Jason how you can grow your agency, the ecosystem for agency growth. You have also heard from Christian, especially for consultants, advisors, and planners, of how you can instantly connect with a stranger, turn the stranger into a warm lead, and from there you carry on. Now, what you have seen at the beginning of this seminar in our video is you would have seen us producing many shows and webinars from the studio right here. This is the new future. This is the new way of operating. And the next person I'm going to share with you is along this topic. His name is Andrew. Now, I'm going to say a few words about Andrew first before I invite him on stage. He is also in his 50s, but he is probably one of Singapore's or Asia's very first few social media gurus and experts. In fact, over 10 years ago, Twitter already ranked him among the top 50 business leaders together with the likes of Anthony Robbins. And over the past 10 years, you would have seen him publish 3 books on social media, on personal branding, on public relations, and these books have helped entrepreneurs, business owners, many consultants, agents, and advisors like yourself to thrive in your business. Now, you might not know this, and this is something more personal. A couple of years ago, he was hit by a stroke, but because of his purpose to serve, he did a miraculous turnaround, and today he is healthy and he's here to share and give on this topic, how you can grow your team exponentially with career webinars and live streaming. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this man, Andrew Chow. Join me.
Wow, thank you very much, Jensen.
Yeah.
You know, I can't help it just now when you are introducing me. I was wondering, wow, that guy is really interesting. More interesting than Christian Chua.
Christian, you didn't hear this. Okay. Yeah. So now I hand over the stage to you, please, for our audience.
All right,
Thank you, Andrew.
thank you very much. So guys, welcome. I want to thank you for being here. And if you are here, can you type in one word that describes this webinar right now? Right now, wherever you are, you may be on your phone, you may be on your tablet, your desktop. Put in one word that you feel that best describes this seminar right now. Okay, that's important because what I'm going to share to you today, it's about webinar. It's about career webinar. And to put in some perks, it's going to be live. Sometimes broadcasted, delay, sometimes recorded, or sometimes a hybrid. Now, what is the big deal about webinar today? The thing is, everybody is doing recruitment. And there are probably more than thousands more people right now looking for opportunities in the insurance or financial advisory industry. So the chance is here, the opportunity is now, and the field is yours to take. So today I'm going to share to you in the short span of 20 minutes what is really career seminar or webinar and how to do it. So let's go live, go virtual, and go for go. So what is really live streaming? It's what you're seeing now, right? It's about an on-stream media broadcasted simultaneously via different platform. You could be watching on Zoom, and this particular webinar itself can also be streamed live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and even on LinkedIn. So there are many, many formats. So you can have discussion, you can have panel, you can have anything you want. You can have live events, you can have multi-cam events, you can have talk show, you can have fireside chat, you can even have live auctions done by many, many influencers right now that you can see. But today, we're going to focus on career webinar. So there are 3 phases, and this will frame the outline of my talk. So number 1 is planning, number 2, execution, and the last one, follow-up. Planning. Planning is so important to plan. How do you plan for something that's so important? Now, you have to understand that before you do anything, you got to please plan 3 in advance. Please make sure that you have 3 topics, 3 webinars that you are already been thinking of. The first thing is you have to think about all the topics, and I'll come to that later. Topics are not what you're going to say about your agency. It is what you're going to say to benefit people who just joined you, all right, who is first time listening to you. It's not about the career first, all right? Now, the next thing is you're going to decide who are the speakers and what are the days you're going to do. So you're going to plan in advance. You're going to have like a spreadsheet. You're going to have like a desktop. You're going to have like a dashboard to make sure that you are really, really in the know, really 6 to 7 months in advance. So plan at least 6 weeks in advance. A lot of times when I hear agencies say, let's do a career webinar, 3 weeks time. 3 weeks time. I can't even do a decent show in 3 weeks time. Because 3 weeks, it's not about preparing, it's not about rehearsal, it's also about marketing. And a lot of people fail in marketing. What's the use of planning for a good show? What's the use of lining up great speakers, but not many people know about it? So, when you want to market something, now this is important. Please remember these 4 things. Number 1, you're going to share the announcement on social media. Have good templates so that you can do in square format, landscape format, or even stories for all your team members to share. Your agency team members got to share. They all have to work hard to share in different ways, in different voices through their platform. Everyone got to work hard. In fact, I think you should have a hashtag to track it. Number 2, prepare email invitation. The first email is important, maybe 6 weeks before the event. Second email, reminder, 3 weeks before the event. And reminder, 1 day before the event, 1 hour before the event. It's very important that people get reminders from you over and over again so that they remember to attend, right? And I'm sure that before this event, you got a lot of reminders from our lovely organizing team, JSL, Jensen, and so on. Now, remember, you have to also prepare the host. And how many of you can agree with me that Jensen is a great host for today's show? Now, that is something you must have in your next career webinar. The last thing is you must remember to create videos that you can use to send out easily through WhatsApp, through WeChat, through Line, whatever it means. Send out a short video clip of the intro, do a trailer, and ask the speakers to produce trailers. Last but not least, please make sure that everything leads to the same landing page. I'm sure you've seen our landing page. I must say it's one of the most awesome design I've ever seen. It has everything. If you want a snapshot, you can just look at the first part. If you want to scroll down, you can look at all the details. And that is what a landing page should do for you. Now, after that, you have to consider this. If you're not streaming live, listen, you have to consider streaming the first 15 minutes live on any platform that you're in. Why do I say that? It is for people who forgot and now reminded to go in last minute. It is for people who didn't know about this event. They see it live and now they want to join you. And you must put a qualifier here that this live will be stopped 15 minutes from now. If you'd like to join us in the room and get the rest of the nuggets, please click on this link. You know, I don't know about you, a lot of you from Singapore, a lot of you are from Malaysia, Philippines, and so on, but Singaporeans will always do that last minute. I find that in every webinar, people always sign up last minute, and I have a spike of 25% just on the last hour or even on the last day itself. So do consider doing that. Now, the next thing is, if your webinar is 1 hour long, please make sure that you have something going on, something different, once in 18 minutes. You know why Tech Talk is 18 minutes? Because in 18 minutes, your mind starts to wander off. You begin to be distracted. You begin to be sleepy. You need something different to perk you up. Whether it's a game, whether it's a quiz, whether it's a survey, or whether it's a showcase, you got to do something different once in every 18 minutes. And that is why all our talks is 18 to 20 minutes. And now you wonder why, right? It's because it's for your benefit. We want you to get maximum retention, maximum learning, and maximum engagement. So, all the slides that you see today are great examples. They are short and sharp. Pictures tell 1,000 words. It's always one-liner or two-liner. It's the main point. You want people to look at you. You want people to hear your story. You don't want people to read your slide and they don't hear you. Now, we all can't multitask. It's either we watch or we read. Now, think about it. So don't squeeze 10 lines in your PowerPoint. It's really bad, especially on a platform like Zoom. So, make it easy for people to connect with all the speakers. It will be good to have QR code on the screen somewhere that you can click and connect with the speakers on LinkedIn. It would be great to download an ebook that one of the speakers is talking about. And it's really great to keep on having new codes that people can engage. And the best thing is this. When a speaker calls for you to connect, and the speaker should also remind the audience, let's take out your phone, do a short 5 seconds video and post on Instagram as a story. That will help you a lot in marketing. So don't waste the audience even though it's on virtual. They are part of you the minute they log on. And that is very important. So always get feedback at the end. Which topic do you like? Which topic that you prefer us to expound some more in the future webinar? Always make sure that you get crowdsourced ideas, because the best people that can give you a lot of ideas are actually the people who are attending your webinar. They know best because it is really about them. You're giving them a career experience. You're not giving them a webinar. Listen carefully. It is about the experience. It is a show. It is not just a presentation. So the next thing you need to plan for is all the technology. All right? Now, there are 5 types of technology. Okay, don't worry. If you cannot see the words, I will explain. You need technology to do the following. Number 1, you need registration technology. Now, if you are someone who just want to collect database for sign up, just do MailChimp. MailChimp is very popular, and get response is slightly more complicated. Sendinblue is slightly more complicated. All the way to Katra. Katra is a powerhouse. Katra enables you to do online courses, enables you to send track email to different participants based on their interest. So you can do something very simple like MailChimp, or something very complicated like Katra. If you want to go far, use Katra. You want to go fast, use MailChimp. All right, next technology. Consider multi-live, multi-cam, multi-platform broadcasting. Now, a lot of you like to use Zoom or maybe Microsoft Teams, and some of you would like to go directly to Facebook Live. Now, what if I tell you that you can do all at the same time? With things like StreamYard, you can stream simultaneously to as many as 8 platforms. And you know what's the best thing about StreamYard is that everybody just get the link and they all go and use their browser. So it is very well accepted by many people who fear security and cyber security issue. So if you use a browser, you can even use a mobile and watch anywhere, no app, and direct interaction. So you can use Restream, which you can stream a previously live show again. All right, live reacting is even more fantastic. You can do interaction like lucky draw, like competition, even without any host around. So it's amazing. Please try out the rest. Don't worry, at the end of this presentation, all of you will get a deck. You have a lot of chance to try out all this. Now, the third technology is, how do you make sure that participants are engaged? Now, things like Jamboard is very good for brainstorming. Mentimedia is very good for crowdsource ideas. Classroom, Google Classroom is very good for knowledge management dissemination. My Master is very good when you want people to do a combined mind map together. So Padlet, it's really great in putting everything together. So you can form your own social media blog. And it's great engagement. People can talk to each other. So when you have a webinar format like now, you obviously can't talk to each other, right? And you can't even like each other's posts. You can't even comment. With Padlet, you can do that. Now, that's fantastic. There's so much technology to learn, right? Even I myself, I feel that I'm learning every day. And the next thing is, after your webinar is over, you got to automate it. Some webinars are great for recycling. You can recycle the same webinar maybe 12 to 18 months later. So every webinar is great. Every webinar, take your old webinar and make it like live. They can even have a function where you key in the number of people that you want to see attending that repeated webinar, and you can even pre-program different responses, different questions. So anyone who signed in thought it's live, but it's actually fake live. Now don't tell people I tell you this is fake live. No, this is live actually. This is live, but we can always recycle this webinar through an app like every webinar. And everything else, Zoho, GoTo, Ninja, they all do the same thing. Last but not least, when you want to follow up after the event itself, now, listen carefully. When you do a webinar for career, you are doing a webinar fair. Now, would it be good if you have agencies set up booth that people can lock out of a room and go inside another booth to ask whoever manning their booth a question, or they walk out to the lobby and talk to people who are also in the webinar. Now, run the world, hop in, remote, all can do that. So these are for conference level automation. Now, don't try this if you have not tried a single webinar. Do this only when you're experienced, and that will be great, right? We hope to do that one day. You and I can actually organize big scale conferences where people can talk to each other and to the organizer, and in your case, the agency leaders. So what about execution? I love this part. Always play an automated slideshow or a video before the show, just like what we did today, right? So you can have a preview to the background. You can have the preview to people who log in early and know a little bit about your background. And this is really awesome because the first 5 minutes before the show, you are building the anticipation. You are setting the expectation. And you are now showcasing what people will expect in the next 1 hour. So the next thing I want to tell you is when you execute, your time is really 1 hour. Why 1 hour? Because 1 hour is a maximum that anybody can give you to stay all the way to the end. So divide into 6, 3, and 1. 60% content, which works out about 36 minutes, 80 minutes career talk, and 6 minutes call to action. Now let me explain. What are content? Content are actually anything that will be of interest to the participants. Now look at this list. If you look at digital marketing, who can you find to speak, right? Maybe Jason, right? Image and grooming. Maybe I can recommend Joshua Liu. Body language, Chua, right? Personality reading, find who? Oh yeah. Find me. Please call me, all right? Personality must call me, all right? Face reading, please go to Chua. Now you get the drift. All the experts must be the one that you have first so that they can engage the people. Now, when it comes to your turn, your career talk now, only 18 minutes. Now, if you are the agency leader, please don't come out at this moment. You should ask one of your managers, you should ask one of your financial planners to share the following. Why did I come to this industry? How did I close my biggest deal? What are the lessons I've learned in the last 5 years? When did I realize that this is a job that is my calling? And who impacted me the most in the last 4 years? And where did I find new opportunities in the presence of the latest COVID pandemic? These are the things that people want to know when they join you. The message must go out, but you should not be the messenger. They are your guys. Your guys should be the ones sharing it. And what do? You close the whole thing, of course. Now, the first part content is the what. The second part we talk about career is so what. Now, call to action is about now what. Now you come and you tell, if you'd like to join us, do the following. All right, so you can do a lot of different call to action. You can ask everybody to go to a breakout room. You can ask people to fix an appointment. You can ask people to scan a QR code for a survey and drop names. You can even ask people to give you 3 to 5 names for your next webinar. So call to action, don't waste it. It's very important. How do you follow up? Follow up is an art. Follow up it can be a variety of ways. It can be an autoresponder, all right, through email. Please send everyone a personalized email. Make sure that you have a phone call. Make sure that you can call them up for coffee and invite them to visit the office. It's very important for all this follow-up. Whether they accept or not, it's another story, but extend all this to them. It shows that you are sincere in their career development. You are not just getting the numbers for your own industry career talk. So what are some of the key decisions that you need to make? Now, this is only my guide. If those of the people who are not keen in pursuing, you put them on a separate list as a prospect for your own services in future, right? So for people who are very, very keen, what do? You have to assess them. How do you assess them? Maybe take a personality test, maybe take a quiz, right? You have to see whether they have the aptitude for it. Now, assuming they pass your initial assessment, then you can interview them one-to-one, face-to-face. You can do Zoom or you can meet for coffee. Now, for all those who have passed everything, your assessment and all, you can offer them a start. Now, this is a natural journey for someone who is considering entering your industry. You don't want people to come here just for the money. You want people to come here for the future of the insurance industry. So guys, the one last thing I want to tell you is this. Career webinar is not just about recruitment. It is the work of the future. And the work of the future is digital transformation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andrew. Wow. This career webinar live streaming, this is the work of the future. And work of the future is live streaming. Andrew, you have shared a lot with our audience over the past 20 minutes. So I have a question for our audience now.
Yes.
How many of you feel that I don't know, I'm asking now, feel that it will be so useful if you can learn in a one-day workshop from Andrew. Learn in a one-day workshop from Andrew. Put number 3 in the chat. So you can learn about StreamYard, you can learn about programming, you can programming the program, you can learn about how you design the questions, you can learn about how you conduct the entire webinar and execute the thing. Because you put a lot of things within 20 minutes. So I'm thinking they will want to learn a lot more.
Definitely. I want to unpack this 20 minutes into 20 hours. Into 8 hours. 8 hours, I give all the templates. I share to you even some case studies that you can learn from. So I really look forward to sharing with you.
Yeah. What you might not know is over the past years, Andrew has shared with many agency leaders on the art of LinkedIn networking and recruitment. Okay. He's also shared with many of the agency agents and consultants on how to use social media to connect and to generate leads. So this is Andrew Chow. Please help me to give him a big virtual applause. Click raise hands. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yay! I tell you, today, in today's context, it is a rare opportunity to bring all the speakers together, speak on the same platform. Before COVID, we were all speaking at multiple conferences together, but today, we are doing it from in the studio, live streaming to you. Now, we want to say a big shout out and hello to a few friends. Some of you have connected with me on the mobile. You said, Jensen, just now you forgot to mention us and our company. Yeah. So we also have friends from Vietnam tuning in. Hi. From Vietnam. From China Life. Hi. From Chubb Insurance. And from PIAS in Singapore. Good to see all of you. Thanks for tuning in. So I want to share a few things before I invite the next speaker. That is, by now, we have come to the midpoint of our entire webinar. If you are liking this and you feel that the next 3 speakers who's going to speak on career coaching for recruitment, to speak on the heart and mind of a champion, and to speak on the true meaning of purpose can benefit your friends or your agency colleagues, this is also the time. You can still share the link with them, okay? We have a few hundreds of audience on the webinar. We still have some places, and we want the people who can benefit from this to be able to join us. So we're going to put the link in the chat one more time. This is the last chance, or one of the final chances. You can share this link with your friends or your colleagues and have them join us for the next half of our webinar, okay? So this is the time. It's in the chat board. You can forward the link to them. Now, so far you've heard from Jason about agency growth. You also heard from Christian about how you can use instant connection to generate leads. You also have heard from Andrew the entire system of running career webinars and live streaming. Now, I know many of you would have this thought in your mind. Jensen last year was tough, and in many parts of Southeast Asia, Asia now, we are still having a lockdown in some areas. We are getting out of the lockdown, but the situation is not really the most beneficial for our business. Yes, great, we have non-face-to-face. Thanks all the insurers for rolling this out and benefiting many of our consultants and agent friends, and of course the families who are protected. But let's talk about this thing called the heart and mind of a champion. What do you need in your mind, in your heart, so that you can continue to thrive and do well despite the pandemic, despite the challenges, despite whatever going on that is uncertain? So the next guy I'm going to bring on stage is an amazing person I met 20 years ago. 20 years ago, when I was in my hosting days, he was a clown. And we got to know each other doing gigs for community clubs, companies, and events. And 20 years later today, he has transformed. 20 years of professional clowning. Today, he is a world master clown. Let me justify that. What is a world master clown? To be a world master clown, you need to win the world clowning champion twice, 2 years in a row. And today, there are only 4 master clowns in the whole world. 3 in the United States and 1 in Singapore, Asia. And he's none other than Edmund Khong. Edmund Khong is a person who is an entertainer, a professional entertainer. He has delighted the hearts and minds of thousands of adults and children over the years of his clowning professional career. Today, he stands before you as a professional speaker, as a keynoter, to share with you from his story and his attributes on what it takes to be and have the mind and heart of a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Edmund, please.
And so, good morning, everybody. My name is Edmund Khong. Just as Jensen has introduced me, I'm one of the World Clown Association's Master Clown. So in order to win the Master Clown, we need to win the World Championship 2 years in a row. Many people have tried, and many people have failed. So I'm the first Asian and the youngest Master Clown in the World Clown Association. Now you must be thinking, Edmund Khong and I and you live in a very different universe. Edmund Khong lives in the clown universe. I assure you it's not. All right, I'm very much like you. I like my roti canai, roti prata we call in Singapore. I like my bubble tea. I like my satay just as much as all of you. In fact, my childhood is also very similar to all of you. I was raised in a public housing. In Singapore, we call it a HDB, in a 3-room flat. But if you have to force me, you have to force me to say something that perhaps my childhood is a bit different from you, I would say this. So my parents never forced me or inspire me or tell me that when I grow up, I must become a lawyer, I must become a doctor, I must become an engineer or become an accountant. So I remember my dad always says this, right? In your career, pursue whatever you want, do whatever you want, but be a useful person to your community. That to him is a very, very important thing. Now my mom's a stay-home mom, but she's a babysitter. To clarify, she's a one baby babysitter. So what I mean by that? So at any one given time, she only takes care of one baby, while she can make more income by taking care of 2 and 3 babies, in addition to me and my brother, right? She doesn't do it. She only takes care of one baby. So the customer or the client will bring the child over in the morning, and then she will take care of the child for the entire day until the evening time, and then the client will come and collect her child in the evening. So why does my mom only take care of one child? That's because, right, she feels that she cannot devote her time, her love, and her attention to more than one child. So that is her calling. That is her mission. That is her passion. That's what makes her happy. So who among all of you here wants to know the secret to happiness? Hey, raise your hands if you want to know the secret of happiness. Everybody wants to know the secret of happiness, right? Okay, so raise your hand. All right, I promise to share with you all the secret to happiness later. Now, if we are happy, then we become far more productive in our professional work. Yes? So what makes me happy? I love children. I love to see children have fun. I love to see children play. So in my entire career, I'm always looking for more and more things, more and more tools that I can learn to entertain children. Even as a young kid myself, I love magic. I still do, of course. So I started performing magic for income. In my very, very first year in my university, the National University of Singapore. So in one of my earlier shows, I did my magic show, and right after the magic show, one child came up to me, and then he asked me this. Mr. Edmund, I like your magic, but can you also do balloon sculpturing? You saw me do balloon sculpturing earlier, right? We take the long balloons and twist into various shapes for them. I don't know how to do balloon sculpturing. But I told the child, I promise I will go and learn. So that's exactly what I did. So I bought books, I bought videotapes. Yeah, at the time we also, I live in an era where we do our learning through videotapes too. So a few weeks down the road, now I can do balloon sculpturing, now I can do magic. Another child came up to me at another show. This time he asked me, Mr. Edmund, you can do magic, you can do balloon sculpturing. Can you also do juggling? Okay, I don't know how to juggle. But challenge accepted, I will go and learn. And it just happens so that the National University of Singapore, my college, they have got a juggling club. Yes, National University of Singapore had a juggling club. So then naturally that was the place that I picked up my juggling skills. That's also the place where I got to know my wife. So now, few months down the road, okay, another birthday party. Now you know where the story is going to head, right? So one child came up to me. No, this time he never asked a question. This time he said, clowns need to have makeup and a clown nose on your face. What? Okay, challenge accepted again. So this time, right after I'm done with my, after I acquired my university degree from the National University of Singapore, I flew over to another university. This time, the University of Wisconsin in USA, to attend clown camp. Yes, you heard it right. Clown camp at the University of Wisconsin. So clown camp is where I started my clowning journey, as well as my path to become a master clown. Yes, everybody, nobody here not me, not you, not everybody over here is born a champion. Yes, so all of us need to develop our skills in terms of our range and our depth to become a champion. Like my mom always says this. So when we talk about the heart, right? Talk about heart. Do not deny who you are. Do not deny what you can be. And do not deny what you want to be. So right after I won the Master Clown Award, I flew back from the USA. So of course the local press here, they wanted to interview me, get my story and get my experiences about competing in the US. One reporter asked a very, very interesting question. So he asked me this, Edmund, you flew over to US to compete, to try for the Master Clown title, right? You spent so much money, time and effort. What if you don't win the Master Clown Award? Then how? To me, the answer is very, very simple. It doesn't matter. Why? Because the journey to prepare for the competition in itself is the reward. That's why the World Clown Association has the competitions. The process of building the competition act is exactly the same process that I use to build and design new shows for my client. So just before I took the flight to US to compete, right? My wife said this to me just before I took the plane. She says, just try your best. Yeah? Don't get so stressed out. And the last thing, don't worry if you don't win, because when you come back to Singapore, okay, the children here, my customers, yeah, will still love you. Okay, so who is ready for the secret to happiness? Yeah, raise your hand. All right, good. Now, time to show it. Time to share it with everybody. Better stand over here so I don't block. Yes, and I'm sure some of you are already familiar with this. This is the Japanese model to happiness, right? The purpose of being alive, right? The idea of ikigai, as they call it. Okay, now this is actually super easy to understand. You just need to remember 4 things. Okay, in your life, in your career, you have to do what you love, do what you are good at, do what you can be paid for. That's important, right? Yes. And equally important, that's why the 4 circles are of the same size, right? Do what the world needs. I share with you my story from last year. Last year, the year of the pandemic. So the entire world, every country is in a lockdown. So COVID-19 has also wiped out so many businesses. And live events in Singapore came to a complete stop during our very strict lockdown. Of course, we know it as the circuit breaker or the CB, and then phase 1, which is also like a semi-lockdown. So live events form the core heart of my business. So no business for me in the circuit breaker and in the phase 1. So now time to harness the power of my mind. Yeah! All right. This is after the heart is in the right place, yeah? So how can I still use this ikigai model? How can I still do what I love? How can I still do what I can be paid for? How can I still provide what the world needs? Right? So what I did in Singapore, I'm one of the first few performers to produce the Zoom show for entertainment. So now, this is a great idea. One of the first few people to do it. So first tip right over there. Try to be one of the first few movers. Because if you have a good idea, just try it out. Because you never know what kind of extra bonuses that you might get out for being the first one to try out your ideas. So try them out instead of just waiting. So that's exactly what happened to me. Tried out the ideas and it got very popular. Some of you might have seen me on the local TV, yes, featuring my story of how I pivoted from doing live shows into virtual shows. So virtual shows, that also opened a lot of new markets for me. So for the first time now, over the virtual platform, I can serve new clients in the US, Japan, Indonesia, and China. Okay, here in Singapore as well, I was also able to do shows for the disabled and the elderly people living in special homes. Let me show you. Let me stand over here. So these are the customized show I did for one of the special care homes for the elderly and disabled. So you see the ones on top are the Lunar New Year ones. I like to customize my services for my client. Hey, there you go. Another big tip right over there. The bottom one, can you all guess what kind of festival or holiday that is for? So that is for the Easter Sunday. So our mind is a very, very powerful tool that we can make use of. One of the most mind-blowing, how to blow your mind when you have to use your mind. Okay, one of the most mind-blowing ideas that I've ever received in my life actually came from a clown. To be more exact, my clown teacher. Right? His name is Dan. So he says this, happiness is a state of the mind. Okay, so he teaches us this. The moment you wake up in the morning, okay, but this idea, I think he stole this from Nike. What is Nike's slogan? Who knows? Nike's slogan, so famous. Yeah, just do it. So Dan always says this, wake up in the morning, all right, just be happy. Okay? So he says this, if you wake up in the morning, if you need to drink something, like coffee, or you need to consume something like drugs, just joking, don't take drugs, or if you need somebody or something to happen in order for you to be happy, you are on the wrong track, right? He says, if you want to be happy, be the catalyst of happiness for yourself. Now, being happy is super important. Like I say, if you're happy, then you are you produce more. Yes. Now, if you are happy inside, if your job involves interacting with people, it's super important to be happy inside internally. Important for clowns, also important for you as well. Now, talking about happiness. So, last year's lockdown, wow, sad time for me, very sad time. Why? Because my birthday falls right in the middle of the lockdown. In fact, my birthday is just 2 weeks ago, 21st April. So at the time, the lockdown, I was thinking, okay, very sad, very gloomy. But I'm not the only one who's gloomy. The whole world is gloomy. Everybody is gloomy. But, put my mind to work. If I don't want birthday presents, okay, what can I do to give back to the community? What value can I continue to add to my customers? So I created a 14 days Learn a Magic Trick Daily series for all my friends or my clients on my Facebook. So everybody can go on Facebook, check the video, and just using the items inside their own house. Of course, we're talking about everybody's in lockdown, right? Use the items from the house, and then they can learn very easy magic tricks that they can use to amaze their children, their family, and cheer up whoever is in the same household. Hey, in fact, you know what? I want to give everybody a present today. So today, I will share with everybody a super easy and yet super impressive magic trick that you can share and excite your clients, your family, and your friends. So, who is ready? All right, let's let the video roll. Hey, good way to introduce your name card too. All you need is just 2 name cards. Show the front and the back. Yeah. Then you can tell your client, let me show you how you can grow some money. Real money, Hey, it looks very complicated, looks difficult, super easy. All right, so who is ready to learn? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Hey. Thank you. Somebody say happy belated birthday. Belated. I like belated. Belated birthday. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so I know everybody wants to know the secret, right? So I'm going to tell everybody the secret. All the magicians out there are going to kill me, right, for exposing such a good trick. Anyway, it's super easy. So let's roll the video. So you can just use your name card holder or any holder that you use to put your cards. I'm sure everybody has this kind of lanyard cards, right? So basically, the first 30 seconds, you've already seen the secret. So just put it at the back. Super easy. A tip. Place it around your middle and your index finger. So that's where you can position the money. I know it's a bit hard to see right now, but I promise you later that it'll be easy because I'm going to use some transparent cards. And you've already seen that, right? Now, it's super easy to do this, right? Just show the front and the back. That's it. Just remember not to do this. Right? The negative demonstration, don't do this, yes? Don't do this, Then your audience and your client will prematurely see the $50. Right, that's the only thing you need to be careful of. Super easy. Here you go. Transparent cards so they can see it much more easily. 3. And another one. So you show the front and back. Hey, guys, if you guys have got your own dollar notes and your cards, you can try it right now. If you don't have dollar notes, just use coins. Whichever country you're from, just try it. Right? So now for the final step, you sandwich, right? You sandwich the dollar note or the coin in between. And then you just open it. That's right. Hey, hey. Super easy, huh? Now, you don't have to use your own name cards. Let's say you are somewhere else and you just want to amaze some of your friends. Use any cards. So this is a transport card in Singapore. Used for transport, yes, any cards. Playing cards, super easy, huh? Hey, I want to share with you guys a few more tips. Yeah. Ta-da! If you have got a name card holder that opens on the side, it's even easier. Do the exact same thing. Come over here. Wow, I like this interactive screen. Ta-da! Okay. Hey, like I mentioned earlier, if you don't have dollar notes, you can just use coins. Hey, everybody, I want to challenge everybody today. So you can take out your own coin and your dollar notes and then try and perform it for somebody today. Take a video and send it to us. We'll be very, very interested to see it, and maybe we can award a special prize to the person who does it the best. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you guys are inspired, and I wish you all the best in your breakthrough journey today.
We are here with Mr. Happy. I think I don't want to call you. Your stage name is called Captain Dazzle. I think we can call you the happiness speaker, the happy speaker. I really like when you say that who wants to be happy is being when you're happy inside, then you can bring happiness to the people outside.
Yes.
That's a lot about the work that our financial consultants do. So they believe in the purpose of insurance inside, and then they can transform families and their futures out there through the work of life insurance. So, Edmund.
Yes.
Okay, now you show us a lot of trick. One question for you.
Yeah.
That trick, how long will it take to master?
Whoa! Okay, to learn it is super fast. In a few minutes, you can master. Just now I already show you, it's like super easy. To master it, okay, it's take a bit longer. Maybe just one day.
Okay, so to do it is about 1 minute. To master it, maybe just one day. And I challenge you to do this. That is today, perform this trick to at least one person. It could be your child, it could be a family member, it could be your friend, your fellow agency colleague, or even your colleague back in the office if you're working in the office. Maybe work from home also can show over the Zoom. Okay, so this is Edmund Khong. And just for your knowledge, Edmund has been a keynote speaker in our team for a good part of the time now. And earlier this year, because of the pandemic and the coronavirus, and to motivate people, he delivered the opening keynote at the Great Eastern Life Planners Association Congress online. Okay, so Edmund, thank you very much. Please give him a virtual round of applause, and thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Yo.
Okay. It's always fun to be on stage with a professional entertainer and your speaker. Can you sense the amount of energy that he has? The amount of energy is amazing. Now, to all our friends, I know you got your questions coming in, or can this speaker share more on this area? Can this speaker share more on that area? And I tell you, this webinar is the start of a series that we are going to do for you, for the industry. So many of you know me personally, many of you know the team, and in any case, to get in touch with us, to let us know what you like to learn, to also let us know and find out more about our speakers, you know how to contact us. On Facebook, it goes at Jensen Siaw International, and of course, you know our numbers. Go to jensensiaw.com. You spell my name correctly, JENSENSIAW.com. You will be able to contact us and let us know what we can do for you or how it can be of service to you. And I really like one point. When Edmund say, I don't know how to do balloon sculpturing, I learn. I don't know how to do makeup, I learn. I don't know how to do juggling, I learn. So what about you? What is a skill that today as a financial consultant that you do not know yet, you learn? What is a skill that as a leader that you want to do well in recruitment that you don't know yet, you learn? And when do you learn? Right now. Okay? So the next speaker, his name is called Joshua. Many of you know Joshua as the Kingsman because he's always dressed like one. And he was a former Mr. Singapore. That was years ago. But let me share a bit about his career journey. Many of you know that he started his little career as a model. Mr. Singapore, Mr. Manhunt, though that was in those days. And he even came to a point where he was offered a contract by our local TV station. But he, after considering, decided that was not the path he was meant to take. How do you know whether you are meant to take a career path? How do you know whether the person you're speaking to is suitable for your business? How can you attract more people to come to you so that you can guide them on their career directions and thereby increase the recruitment to your agency? This is what Joshua is going to share with you. So today, having been a coach lead to thousands of people, helping them in leadership, in sales, and in career coaching to them, from children all the way to mid-career shift adults, he's going to share with you how you, as an agency leader, can use career coaching, even a consultant, use career coaching to help you do better in your business, recruit more people, and bring more people into a purposeful journey with your group and your agency. So please help me welcome on stage, I call him the Kingsman, our Kingsman speaker, Joshua Liu.
Hello everyone, hi, awesome day to you, Jensen.
Yay!
Hi, it's good to be here.
You can hear the music in the background. That was a welcome music to you. Yeah. So, Kingsman, you have transformed. No more three-piece suit.
That's right,
No more shirt.
yes.
There's a t-shirt with a nice suit and white shoes. White shoes are in trend. I'm lucky I'm in one now.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay, so you probably have never seen Joshua in this image, but today he's going to present to you on this topic, Supercharge your recruitment with career coaching. Joshua Liu, over to you.
Thank you very much. So once again, a powerful day to every one of you here. Today, I'd like to share with you on how to boost your production, your recruitment, just by using a very simple but powerful career coaching recruitment system. My name is Joshua Liu. So as a global master trainer, especially right now, I'm doing a lot more in sales and leadership. Quite a number of trainings, not just based on personal branding, but a lot more on personal effective skills. So I would like to share with you today on how to effectively just use 3 simple strategies or 3 stages to help you to boost up whatever you need to move your team, agency to the next level. Now, I'd like to ask you a few questions. The first question I'm going to ask you is, has anyone come to you and ask you about have you ever go to anyone and asked how the work has been? So the first question is, have you approached anyone and tell them, hey, how have your work been today or this period of time? Or at the same time, has anybody asked you about what you do every day or what is your career, your job? Or has anyone come to tell you about the work stress or job worries they have, especially during this period? Of course, some people may come to you and ask you for any job or career advice. Lastly, have you interviewed anyone? If your answer is yes to any of those questions here, what happened? You have already started the journey to career coaching. So career coaching starts off with asking questions or answering questions that have been asked to you. Now, so we have 3 points or 3 outcomes we'd like you to know after you attend this session today. Of course, how to attract young graduates and mid-career switchers. These are our target group. Next, the 3 stages of career coaching recruitment system. Last but not least, we'll share with you on how to boost recruitment and production. With the three stages, we go by each step. Food for thought. What are some of the most important life decisions? So think about it. Some of you will say that, is it buying a car? Maybe to ladies, it could be what kind of dress should I wear? So, but the important life decision could be these 5. And the first one we have is none other than getting married. Do I ever get married? When do I get married? Where should I get married? So one of the life decision. Next is after getting married is when do I have the child? Should we go for children? Should we have babies? So this is the next important life decision. And there you have it, moving house. So moving house is a huge stress, I would like to say, situation for a lot of people. So life decision. Not to mention we have next, investing money.
Investing money.
That's right, yes.
Yes. It's all about investing money. Investing money, I must come in, okay?
Okay.
Investing money, because we are all in a financial advisory circle now. Investing money is important. Now, we've got some sharing. Yes. So, Joshua, 5, 4, 3, 2, going to be the one more. One
right.
more.
And
Yeah.
the one more is none other than career choosing. This is important for a lot of people
Okay.
to find the right career.
Career choosing. Okay, so now I let you help them in career choosing.
Thank you. So career choosing is one of the top most life decision. So in this case, the importance of career coaching to give people what they want in terms of finding the right career for them. So we are using this as a way to recruit people, or as a way of recruitment system. And of course, you asked me this question, Coach Liu, what is career coaching? Career coaching is none other than career guidance, career counseling, plus using one of the things which is using a psychometric test to lead an individual through this test or this assessment to the desired career path, equipped with the right mindset, skill set, and heart set to get success at work. And this is adapted from Triple Set Leadership Framework. So, in this session, in this recruitment system, I'm going to share with you, while you're going through this system, you'll learn how to use career coaching to help a person find the right career for themselves. And this is how it goes too. Now, speaking to young graduates and mid-career switchers are really different field. And with this, I'd like to share with you, I'm completing my doctorate degree. And with this thesis, I'm doing on millennials generational cohorts. I discovered some interesting facts about them. So the young graduates and mid-career switchers, what could be their age range be? These are the millennials and the Zoomers. Oh, Coach Liu, millennials and Zoomers. So are you millennial? Are you a Zoomer? Okay, let me just tell you the age range. A millennial this year, in year 2021, is anyone from the age of 25 to 40. So 25 to 40, then you're considered as a millennial. Wow. So if you're one of them, put up a hand. Okay. And some of you say, Coach Liu, I'm younger. So anyone that is 24 and below, which is all the way to 9 years old, you are Generation Z. You're called the Zoomers generation. So what does this mean? So a lot of us in this labor force right now, we are millennials, okay? And at the same time, even those young graduates coming up here could be Zoomer to millennial. And what do we want, or what do the millennials and Zoomers want? How they want it, why they want it, how they want it. These are the 3 things I'd like to share with you very fast on the spot. To do a very good career recruitment, career coaching recruitment, you have to carry out this. You have to know in terms of, these are the few things. Number 1, what do they want? They want things to be of individual respect. They want things to be done their way. So that's number 1. Why do they want it? Because they want to feel recognized, appreciated. And of course, how they want it really fast. So we have got anything they want, grab food. We have to deliver food to them. If they want any shopping, just go online, everything is delivered to them. So these are the 3 things they want, especially so right now, with the situation of COVID-19. What happened these times? They want things to be, in a way, to be in control, because they felt they are losing control. Okay? If you think of this thing is, okay, so I'm just going to speak a bit louder on this. So if this could be the situation here, and now you need to press the right buttons for them. Pressing the right buttons for them. Okay? And how do you press the right buttons? These are the 3-stage recruitment system using career coaching. So the 3 stages are, number 1, of course, we use this acronym calling attract, coach, recruit. And it goes like this. I've done a lot of career talks, and I'm going to share with you on how to use these 3 stages to help you to achieve what you want for career coaching. So attract, coach, recruit. First 3 steps is, number 1, okay, you will have to do this thing called objectify. Very important for us to set the objective right on who our target audience and what is the outcome we want for all these career coaching sessions. Next is this thing called organize. Are you doing a mass event? Are you doing a virtual event, face-to-face event, or one-to-one coaching? All these are important for you to hit the goal. Then you have to attract. It's not just using social media. It's using yourself, positioning, and branding as a professional career coach. Next, we come to coaching. So number 1, of course, is carry out coaching well. Number 2 is to use this thing called convince. Convince is a way, it's talking about this thing called influence people. Next, we have got this thing called recruit. How then do the right recruitment? Do you need to recruit everyone you meet? The answer is, may not be so. So there'll be an IGAL and EGAL list of assessment questions for you for this system. Last but not least, you do this thing called refer. For those you can recruit, or for those you can't recruit, all this you can also become your center of influence for recruitment, for reference. So because of time, I won't be able to go through all the 7 steps. Let's go through 3 steps. Coach, convince, and then we have this thing called recruit. Now, coaching 101. In this recruitment system, we share with you on how to carry out the right coaching process. Asking the right question within just 20 to 30 minutes to get to hear them and for you to assess them accurately. and you know how to preempt questions. Questions that help you to know, okay, the next question they ask, how do I do a FAQ, frequently answered question or asked question, for you to know how to answer them. And of course, do not ever ask the wrong question for coaching. Let me show you an example. I know a lot of you will ask this question, saying that, what is your greatest strength? Or what is your greatest weakness? These are very direct questions and not part of coaching process. So what you need to ask instead is, if given a choice, which trait of yours would you want to work on to get maximum effectiveness or to improve on the work totally to the next level? So in this case, you're opening up the Pandora range of boxes of answers, and the coachee, the person you're coaching, will be able to give you the answer, and then you're able to do the coaching process rightly. Next, coaching outcome. So what is the outcome for you? What is the outcome for the other person? Well, I'd like to say that for the coachee, is for them to be very clear the direction of their career using the psychometric assessment. For you, very simple, for you to be known as a credible career coach. Hold on for a while, say, Coach Liu, I'm doing financial planning. I'm like GC director or leader or manager. So do I need to do this to be the case? Yes, because we are using career coaching as a recruitment system for you. So what are some of the professional career coaching tools we can use? Showing you two examples. So number one is using this McDowell Spectrum Personality Profiling, which is a trademark program. Now in the whole world, it talks about a lot of different personalities, but in this case, we talk about the 7 colors, 7 different personalities. And each personality will also depict certain traits and tasks, certain industry or certain career suits them very well. Just within 20 to 30 minutes, okay, using this, what we call McDowell assessment cards, you'll be able to, on the spot while speaking, now you can do this in a mass event or one-to-one. Once they choose the cards according to how they feel, what happened? Within 30 minutes, you'll be able to decode their personality type according to any of these 7 different types, and be able to share with them the 80 to plus to 100 careers and sub-career choices for them. In this case, so each personality will then attribute to their career choices. So you are now become a credible career coach. Now the other one is using this system called Epic Waves Motivational Theory. So in this coaching tool, we are talking about 4 types of motivational wave or types that each of us has. Are you intrinsic, internal? Are you extrinsic? Are you more in terms of personally you like to be more motivated, or you get motivated more in terms of what we call in a group? So these are the few things we look at it. And how does it help? So by knowing in terms of your coaching motivation style, the type of career will then geared towards that, because certain options, certain career choices does suit people who are more intrinsically motivated, or some are more externally. Okay? So very, very powerful tools for you to know. You become professional coach in this case. For example, I'll ask you this question. Which team are you? Okay, are you team P, or which do you prefer to be always going for individual sports, or sports that's more mass? Do you like more P or more C? Okay, so for those who have chosen picture P, you are more individualistic feel, you are more personally led, motivated. If you are more C, which means you like to play the team sport, you're more cohesiveness led, motivated. So the career choices will then be ascribed to you accordingly. Of course, next after coaching is convince. The clarity of coaching, do not ever start with intention to recruit. Always start with the intention to arrive at coaching or career clarity. How? Using McDowell, Epic Waves, you'll be supplied with resources to help you become a professional coach. Not to mention about confidence in career path next, because you're using professional career coaching tools, they will trust you. And when they trust you, your coachee, the people you meet, you even wanted to recruit, will leave their career in your hands. Last but not least, you must always know yourself as credible as a coach, mentor, and leader, and that's the coaching outcome for yourself. It must make sense, it must be of value and practicality to them. At the same time, you must press the right button. So pressing the right button talks about, even the system, we share with you 2 circles in life that we must let them, all of us know. The 2 circles are, number 1, we have got circle of control, within control, everything that be controlled by you, and the other one, circle of not within control. So in life, these are the two circles. So when a person is very composed or cool, it's because the circle of within control is huge. But when a person is always on the toe, don't know what's going to happen, at the mercy of the situation, your circle of control, within control, is much smaller. So you share with your coachee saying that our job here is to expand our circle of within control so that you expand up so much, it covers almost, it can't cover totally, but it covers almost all the circle of not within control. And how? Using career coaching, telling them that financial planning industry is a great tool, it's a great career, a great, I would like to say, option for us to always control or manage our life and our career. So with this, the last one is, of course, is recruit. Now there's this IGAL, internal gauge assessment list, which talk about, it's actually a scoring sheet to help you to find a list of questions with scoring system to help you to assess on your own, quietly, whether the person you're doing coaching with is a great potential candidate for your recruitment. You don't need to, and you won't recruit everyone you meet. And not everyone you meet, you coach, will join you too. So we talk about ability, motivation, and also in terms of potential. Let me give you an example. So the example is, while you're doing the coaching, you have to do this on your own. How well do you think the coachee has been able to express himself or herself to bring across the message? 1 to 10. Anything that's 5 and beyond or 5 and below, this is scored low. 5 and above, okay, but once you hit a score of 7.5, what happened? This person itself is actually a good candidate for your team. It's a whole list. It's just IGAL. And of course, when you talk about this, there's also EGAL, external gauge. So it goes by culture suitability. Your team has got culture, and whether the person is a team player. An example of question goes like this. Okay, has the coachee shared any pleasant experience in terms of working with people or working within or in a team? If the answer is yes, we do know that this person itself is a team player, so you can score the person high. So a list of questions for IGAL and EGAL for you to assess the potential of getting this person into your team. And this is how it goes. It helps you for your recruitment system. So in summary, people, just very simple. Today, we talk about this thing called the 3-stage career coaching recruitment system. Objectify, organize, attract. So the first thing about this on attraction. Then next, of course, very important is on coaching, convincing the people in every way possible to help them to see the career path. And if you think it's a good gauge for you, you recruit them into your team. In any case, if the recruitment itself, you find the person is not suitable for your recruitment, you can go for the last point, which is refer. What is it for? Referring. So once you've done your part, credible as a career coach, the person will refer to other of their friends to you for career coaching, especially when you have a professional career coaching tool to support you, to upskill you together, in this case. And it becomes, other than that, they can also be your referrers for other possibility of sales, or even referring other people to you. So in this case, once you look at this, once you know about this, the 3-stage is just simple: attract, coach, recruit. And I believe that whatever you're doing, once you use these 3 stages, especially together with the coaching tool, either McDowell Spectrum Personality or Epic Wave, you're on the way to be the best recruiter or career coach you can to do recruitment for your company, for your agency, for your team. So right now, what you need to do is very simple. You have to take charge. Okay? Take the lead, make the choice now, be the superb professional career coach, do the recruitment for your team, boost up the recruitment and also in terms of production for your team. My name is Joshua Luke. I'm here to share with you as a global master trainer of sales and leadership on this enhancement part here on how you can do it just using a career coaching recruitment system. With this, I'd like to thank you and hope to see you all again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have attract, coach, and recruit.
That's right.
Yeah. So to all our agency leader friends, and those who are aspiring agency leaders, and you're thinking, how can you attract people to you? If you look around in the entire your local community and beyond, there are people graduating from school, they are undergrads going to graduate from the universities. There are people who are mid-career and they're looking for career directions. So career coaching is one of the tools or systems that is a good way to attract them to you, and you provide them with career coaching direction. And those suitable ones, you can recruit them into your agency. Those not suitable ones, then they can be directed by you into the career platforms that they were meant to have. Okay. So
right.
in the past, in the past 20 minutes, Coach Joshua shared with you how to attract, how to coach, and how to recruit. And if you like what he's sharing, can you put his speaker number 5? Can you put number 5? Put number 5 in the chat. Put number 5 in the chat.
I feel like we're doing voting system.
Yeah, 5 in the chat. Yeah, 5 in the chat.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, Joshua, before you go, can you leave a motivational statement or inspire our audience before you leave? Come.
Sure. So remember, people, when we are doing it as a professional career coach, when people see you as a credible professional career coach, they will really trust you. And what happened is we're able to convince them. If you find them to be a great candidate for you, you'll be able to boost your recruitment and production. Just as simple as that.
Just as simple as that, and I like it. So once again, thank you, Joshua. Give him a big round of applause,
Thank
virtual
you,
applause.
thank
Thank
you.
you. Whoa. Did you hear the music? Yeah. Now, I know many of you, as you were listening, you are messaging me and then putting on the chat, and you're messaging me directly and saying what you like about each speaker, what is the content that you appreciate, and how you appreciate us bring the entire content to you. So to all our audience, I know you're in Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, and across Southeast Asia and Asia. And we have now completed 5 speakers, and we have our final speaker coming up just right in a moment. But before that, I'd like to give a shout out to all our attendees and audience that this seminar will end about 12:30. Stay tuned all the way with us, because till the end of the seminar, I will be sharing with you some good news on how we can continue to serve you, to empower you in your business and the industry, okay? Now, the next person you know is a rose among the thorns. Yes, it's a rose among the thorns. Her name is Angjolie May. I first met Angjolie last year when she spoke at Singapore MDRT Day 2020. It was the very first Singapore MDRT Day virtual event, and I had the privilege of being a host for 2 days. And when I heard the story, it was astounding. And she has the disposition of someone who is very connective, not only as a lady, but in her business. Some of you and many of you would know that she's in the funeral business. As a funeral director, she comes face to face with death and life as well, every single day. Sometimes when we are in the midst of coffee or lunch, and then she suddenly get a call on the phone, and then she says, "This I need to attend." And I know that something has happened in someone else's family, and their professional services is needed. But today is not about her funeral directing or funeral director business. Today is more about her as a person, as a speaker to you on this topic called the true meaning of purpose. Now, some of you have heard Angjolie's story will remember that 17 years ago her father passed on, and that sort of kick-started her into the business she's now in. But when I asked and searched deeper into her purpose of doing the business, we've got some very enlightening and insightful answers. So today, for the next 20 minutes, I'm going to leave it to her to share with you on this thing called the purpose moment. How you can find yours so that you can continue on your journey and impact the lives of others. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, Angjolie May. Welcome her. Yay!
Hi. It's really nice to be back here.
Yeah, nice to be back here. And how did you like the introduction?
Oh, amazing, man.
Unplanned, not scripted, not on teleprompter.
Exactly.
Just right from the heart.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave it to you 20 minutes on stage from your heart to the audience.
Thank
Angjolie.
you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jensen. Well, good morning. It's amazing to share this because when Jensen told me he wanted to search deep into the purpose, the meaning, the true meaning of purpose. And when I share with him the story, and today it will be the first time that you will hear this story because it's the first time that I'm sharing it. The true meaning of purpose. I want to ask all of you, have you had the purpose moment in your life? Have you ever had a moment where you ride through challenges and triumph through difficulties? And have you ever had a moment where you realize all that you have put in is all worth it? And what was that moment like? How was it? When was it? Now I want to share with you my purpose moment. It happened on the 17th June 2020 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And I remember this even though it was almost 11 years ago. I still remember vividly what happened. And as I was writing this, it just kept playing back in my mind. It was 8 p.m. and I was having my dinner. I received a call, and the funeral director from the funeral home that I was working with, Frank, he has called. I picked up the call and he said, Angjolie, I need you to be back at the funeral home at 4 a.m. because we will be taking care of an elderly lady. I said, okay, I'll be back there at 4 a.m. I hung up the phone, continued my dinner, and just when I was about to pay, Frank called again. I thought maybe he'd forgotten to give me some information. I picked up the call, and for the next few minutes, I was shocked to hear what I heard. Frank said, Angjolie, you will not just be taking care of one elderly lady now. It will be 5 deceased. At that moment, I asked myself, 5? What do you mean by 5? 5 deceased, he said. I asked him for the details, and he said, I have not enough information, but you just need to get back to the funeral home at 4 a.m. At the back of my mind, I keep thinking, 5 deceased, how am I going to take care of the funeral? I've never taken care of more than one funeral, and taking care of 5 deceased in one funeral. So I hung up the call, I went back to the hostel. I was advised to take a rest, but it was almost impossible because what was going through my mind was, what exactly happened? I turned on the TV and then I saw the media coverage. It was a funeral, it was a family crushed where 8 family members, now not 5, 8, have actually traveled from Kuantan and they were traveling back to Muar when they met a motor accident. They collided with a trailer lorry. And 3 family members are struggling in their life in the ICU. When I read the article, I was upset. I was upset because it wasn't the fault of the driver. Now, who has perished? Grandma, father, grandson, and 2 younger granddaughters. Now, who are fighting for their life? The mother, 1 grandson, and 1 granddaughter. Now, when I saw this news, I kept asking myself, am I the right person to take care of 5 funerals? And I said to myself at that moment, even though I have never had taken care of a funeral of such magnitude, it doesn't mean that I can't do it. So I put myself in the shoes of the family members and I asked, if I'm a family member, what would I like the funeral director to do for me? And all I can think of is, I want the funeral director to be my protector. I want her to arrange the funeral, to direct the funeral, to focus on all the logistical matters. And that was what I thought, that yes, this is how I'm going to do it. Now, in your line of work as a financial advisor, sometimes you may meet a client and you feel that this client is of certain high net worth, maybe more asset than you, and you're not confident enough. But don't be afraid. Now, the key thing that I will tell you to do is step yourself into the shoes of your client, of your prospect, and ask yourself, what can you do to impact their life? What would I like my financial advisor to advise me in order to impact my life? So don't be afraid to take on the task, even if you have not done so. So at 4 a.m., I went back to the funeral home, and I was waiting. There was some delay because we are talking about 5 deceased transferring back from Kuantan to Kuala Lumpur. And I was wondering, 5 people, how am I going to take care of this funeral, right? And I also looked at everybody at the funeral home, and nobody else had ever experienced such a magnitude. So they were all looking at me for advice. And at about 6 a.m., all 5 bodies make it back to the care center. Gingerly, we placed every one of them onto the embalming table. Now, there are 5 of us in the embalming center. And I was tasked to take care of the grandson, the eldest grandson. And I remember when I walked over to the table, and as I looked down at him, he has a big scar on his head. And at moment, I think about the elder sister. Now, the elder sister, this is a family of 6 children. The elder sis was the only one who's not in the accident because she's living in UK. She was working there. And when I saw the boy, and it just hit me that he was about the same age as my brother, my youngest brother. And all I could think of was the talent, what he could have left, all the things that he could have reached and potential that he could have reached. I began to think of what should I do to take care of this boy. So I took up my tools and started the process. And 2 hours later, I was very pleased with his final look. I started the process as an embalmer, but I ended the process as a sister. Now, a lot of you, perhaps, started a relationship with your client as a friend. But little do you know that when you present that check to the surviving family members, you are now their friend, someone they can lean on, a family member they can lean on. And just like me, as a funeral director, when we reach out to the family in their difficult times, we become their family members. And that feeling can never be replaced. And if you think about it, your role and my role, we are very similar, but different in its own way. Why do I say that? Now, my role as a funeral director is to make sure I give the departed a beautiful farewell, so that the surviving family members will always live in loving memories. Now, your role is to give a beautiful beginning upon the farewell of your client, so that the surviving family members can live on in the legacy that you have created for your clients. Now, have you ever lost a loved one before? Well, if you know you have lost a loved one before, think about the sadness that you feel. Now, if you think about the sadness you feel, multiply 5 times. And multiply 5 times, and 3 of the surviving family members are still fighting for their life in the ICU. How would you feel? Now, this was exactly how the grandfather felt. Upon arriving at Mua, where the funeral wake was going to be held, and with 5 caskets resting there, it was a very hard moment for a lot of us, from family members especially. So once the casket was placed in place, the first being the grandma, followed by the father, the grandson, and the 2 youngest granddaughter. Now, I remember asking the family members, whenever you are ready, I would like to invite all family members to come forward to view their loved ones. Now, naturally, when I look over, it was Grandpa sitting in his wheelchair. And before I saw him, I heard him. I heard him crying uncontrollably. So they wheeled him over to the casket area, and they went to the first casket. He mustered up all his strength, using the casket as a support, and got up. And he looked into the first casket, and he bid farewell to his first, which is the in-law. He bid farewell to her. And when they wanted to bring him to the second casket, they wanted him to sit down back to the wheelchair and wheel him over. He put out his hand and said, "No, 我自己嚟. I'll do it myself." And he started to walk. And this is a 90-year-old man, weak and frail. He was walking and walking to the second casket. He looked into the second casket, and this is his son. And he started to say some message to the son, and I couldn't hear him clearly beyond all the tears that he was crying. And then he slowly moved to the third casket right at the end, which was the grandson. And as he stand near to the grandson's casket and looked down to the grandson's casket, the first thing he said was, 你不是要介绍女朋友给我咩? I thought you wanted to introduce your girlfriend to me. And this was the part where I couldn't hold my tears. And I just cried with the family. A Malaysian funeral director came up And then he stand next to me and he whispered, probably because he saw I was a lady in this funeral industry, and why is a lady trying to control and arrange the funeral. And he said to me, Angjolie, if you're crying, how can you be in the funeral industry? I couldn't control, but yet I was able to control myself and know what I needed to do. And for the next few days, I remember family members was giving me tissue paper, they were bringing me brands of essence, bringing me food. Now I beg to differ, and until today, I still beg to differ that just because I'm a funeral director, I shouldn't cry at a funeral. Just because I cry, I'm not professional. Because what I felt, and I always tell my staff, the minute you lose this emotional part of you, you become desensitized to being in a funeral, then you shouldn't continue to be in the death care industry. We are not taking care of an object. We are taking care of a family member. And that's important because you want to go deep into your core and empathize with the family. And that is important. Even in your role as financial advisor, ask yourself, have you ever had this moment where you connect with your clients, your prospect, where you meet the family members and you said, if I have a financial advisor, I would want my financial advisor to take care of me in this way. Now that is the true meaning of purpose. Now, is it about closing your sales, your case, or is it about closing the protection gap for your client? Now, is it about sustaining production, or is it about sustaining the dreams for the children of your clients? Now, is it about achieving all your accolades and your awards, or is it about letting all the clients' children be able to win all this award as they continue with their lives? Now, you may not remember the number of times you went on stage to get your award, but I'm sure and very certain that you will always remember the time where you present a check to the surviving family members and the look on their face as you present that check to them and how thankful they are. Now, a lot of people ask me, what is the true meaning of purpose? Now, this true meaning of purpose is the moment where you discovered that you will triumph over all challenges. You will rise above difficulties. Nothing is difficult. As long as the bigger the why, the easier the how. And that is how I always run in my line of work. So I want to end off with the true meaning of purpose. You have a gift. You have a great position. And use that position and use that gift. Go deep and use your fullest heart and create, impact the lives of your client. And my name is Angjolie May. Thank you for listening to my story, how I discover the true meaning of my purpose in my work. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Angjolie. Okay, stay here with us.
Yes.
Now, I like your closing statement. Go deep into your heart, and then you reach out to the people in the community around you. So this is Angjolie May. She shared with you about the true meaning of purpose. To all our consultants, advisors, planners, agents, agency leaders out there, you started in this business with some form of intention, and along the way you have helped many families continue to secure their futures, help many children continue to protect their dreams. So we like to give you a round of applause, and please continue to do the very, very good work that you're doing. Now, I'd like to come back to the family that you were describing. So, Angjolie, share with us, are you in touch with the family, and how's things?
I am still in touch with them, and I'm very in touch with them. In fact, so some of you may be wondering what happened to the other three. So 3 years, so this accident happened in 2010, and in 2013, the family texted me. We still keep in contact on Facebook. So the family texted me and told me that the youngest son has also passed away. So it's a very sad story because, and I always feel and hold the family in my heart very closely, because when I see them, I always think about how I would like, to take care of the families. And I think one of the gratifying thing was how thankful they are when we took care of their family, and even the mother who was in the accident. She is actually paralyzed from neck down, and she's been wanting to meet me since the accident and wanting to see me personally. So once COVID is over, I would like to fly to KL and see her.
Yes, I'm sure you will, and I'm sure that the moment of meeting will be a true testimony of what a human being is, what is feeling love, and what is giving to your world. Angjolie, thanks very much for your sharing.
Jensen.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, guys.
Let's
Thank
give her a
you.
virtual big hand. Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Now, the time now is about 12:30. We will be coming to the end in a couple of moments, but I'd like you to share with me what is it that you like about Angjolie. So if you like what Angjolie has shared, and you feel truly connected, can you put number 6? So we know that you're referring to speaker number 6. Put number 6 in the chat so that we know that you are appreciating, you are getting connected, and you totally like what she was sharing with you based on her story, her experience, and how you could continue on your true meaning of purpose. Now, you know the work that we do, and many of you know that for the past years, I've been very involved in the industry together with my team, and we have rolled out multiple webinar, conferences, MDRT initiatives, boot camps, etc. And I want to say a few things. Number one, we asked you here to serve, and we'll continue to serve. So last year in March and April, many of you know that when COVID hit, our company transformed. We sprung into action immediately, giving out a lot to the community and giving out a lot to the industry. Whether in Singapore or across the region, our hearts go out to you and continue to stay with you to do well in the business. Some people ask, Jensen, how come you're not speaking today? How come you're not speaking today? Today, as the host, I present to you the 6 different expert speakers, their thoughts, their insights, and their wisdom, because I believe that everyone can help you to thrive in your business. Now, if you like to hear myself and more of our speakers, stay in touch with us, because we will be rolling out a series of webinars and conferences in the weeks and the months ahead. Now, I'd like you to do a few things. Number one is we want to hear from you how you feel about today's event. And we are not going to ask you to scan a QR code or click on a link for a survey. We want you to do a live poll now, okay? We are going to do a live poll now. Let's bring up the poll on the screen. We're going to do a live poll now, and to understand how you are feeling about this entire event. First question, if you look on your screen right now, first question, how did you get to know about this event? Let us know. Is it via an email invite? Is it via a WhatsApp invite? Is it via social media? Or was it one of your friend or colleague who recommended and referred it to you? Let us know. Okay, that's the first question. You can check one of the options. Second question, I'm going to walk over here. I can see the questions. Now, which of the 2 topics resonated most with you? Which of the 2 topics resonated most with you? Was it the first by Jason about the total ecosystem to build a multi-million-dollar agency? Was it the second, the instant connection for massive leads generation? Was it the third, how to grow your team exponentially with career webinars and live streaming? Or was it the 4th, the heart and mind of a champion by Edmund? Or was it the 5, you like Joshua's new sharing on using career coaching to do your recruitment? Or the last one about the true meaning of purpose by Angjolie May. So let us know. Check 2 of the options. And last question. Which following topics would you like to see in the upcoming webinars? Which following topics would you like to see in the upcoming webinars? You can select more than one. Let us know as many as you like, but something that you truly want to see. Example, is it on agency recruitment activities? Is it on agency internship programs and recruitment execution? Is it on lead generation activities or event marketing that our team is doing? Is it on selling skills, sales referral techniques and strategies? Is it on agency building, scaling, and retention strategies, which is important? Is it on MDRT mindset and motivation? Is it on speak with impact at clients, events, seminars, videos, conferences? Or is it career coaching and profiling techniques that you like to use for recruitment purposes? Is it about production and performance coaching? Or is it about personal branding, social media, digital lead generation? The list goes on. Huh? So I'll give you a couple of moments. Share with us your poll result. Pick your poll answers. We're going to share the results at the moment so everyone can see. It's not only for me and my team to see, but it's for everyone to see so that we know what are the focuses in this industry at this moment in 2021. Okay, I'm going to count down from 5 to 1, and when we are done, we'll stop the poll and then we will share the results. Okay, so count with me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll end the poll now, and we'll take a look at the results. Now we're going to share the results with you. Now, many of you are here because you got referred to this from your friend and colleague. Many of you via the email invitation. So, looking at actually all the topics were very resonated well with you, especially the last one that is a very hard, connecting, deep kind, a true meaning of purpose by Angjolie May. Many of you are looking for the following topics: selling skills, sales referrals. Yes, we have that for you. Lead generation activities, event marketing. Yes, that's by Jason. Selling skills, sales referrals. We have Christian. We have Joshua. We agency building, scaling, and retention strategies. That is by Jason. MDRT mindset and motivation by Christian and myself. Okay, career coaching and profiling, that's by Joshua. Speaking, performance coaching. What's the last one? Oh, personal branding. Yes. So you would have seen many of us being around in the circle and the industry. And for our friends overseas, that because for the past year we have not been able to reach you, whether in Penang, Malaysia, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, in Thailand, whatsoever, the next coming weeks and months, you will see our presence online continuing to be here to empower you. Okay? So now, I want you now to open your chat. Open your chat board. Okay, open your chat board. I'd like you to leave one statement for us. A statement for us that share your thoughts and emotions about how you feel about today's event. Please don't just write one word. We want a statement. You can write one or two statements. You can address the statement to the entire team. You can address the statement especially to one of the speakers. But write a few comments for us to let us know how you feel about today's event. Okay? About today's The Next Level Live on sales, on recruitment, on agency growth. So we're going to leave the chat open there for now. Leave us your comments. Well, I like Felicia, thanks. You guys are so great and fabulous. We are great and fabulous because of the support and friends of the industry. Value added, Desmond. Hi, Desmond. Ensign, short and sweet, learn a bit more today. Thank you. So give us more. Share with us more of your thoughts and feedback. Now, in the closing, before I bring all the speakers out to say goodbye to you, I'd like to ask you one important question. Of all the things that you have learned today, from all the things you learned today, from all the experience you have had in the industry, especially over the 1.5 years since COVID hit us, what is your intention for this year? What intention are you setting for this year? If you're a consultant, if you're an advisor, if you're a planner, if you're an agent, what intention are you setting for this year? Not only in terms of your production or number of cases that you want to close or your case sizes that you want to increase, but what is the intention that you've set for yourself this year to use life insurance as a tool to reach out to more families and lives out there? What is the intention that you set for yourself this year to grow yourself in a way you become a better, more competent, more professional advisor, consultant, agent, or even as a leader to your agency? And what is the intention you set for yourself this year that as a human being, as a man and a woman on earth, as a man and woman in your local community and country, that you will contribute and build a better world around you? What's your intention? If there's one thing that I'd like you to remember from my little sharing right here is set the right intention and your actions will carry through, and the effect and positive influence of your actions will follow through in your community. All right? So set your intentions correct. Now, we are sharing more and more of the chat coming in, and now is the moment I want to bring in our speakers. Speakers, come in, please. Yay! Let's bring the speakers back on stage. Christian Chua, Angjolie May, Joshua Liu, and Edmund Khong. Now, Andrew and Jensen had to leave because there's another engagement. So, but they send their regards to you. Now, speakers, you see all the comments coming in. Yeah. Oh, I want to read this. I feel that whatever we do is merely a sake of our revenues, and most is to give others, whether through give out to others, okay? So there are many comments coming in. You can read. Thank you. Say thanks, Jensen, the speakers and the team. Thank you, Yot. Yot is from Thailand. Good to have you and your friends here. So this is Jensen, together with speakers here. We also want to say thank you to our studio partner here, that is 7 Friday, and the entire team here. And I also want to do a special mention of JSI production team. We have Evelyn, we have Ken, and we have Chris, all in the background working hard for the past days and nights to put this together for you. Give them a big hand. Yay! Wow, we hear some real applause. Okay, so this is Jensen, and on behalf of all the entire team and all the speakers here, we look forward to seeing you in our upcoming webinars and conferences. And all you need to do, stay in touch with us in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, our personal social media connections. To all our corporate clients, we will be sending you our updated deck on our speakers and our topics, and that will help you in your planning for seminars and conferences in the future. Okay, so speakers, you ready to say goodbye? Yeah. Yay. Okay, so time check. It's time to say goodbye. We'll see you again very soon, face to face or online. But meanwhile, stay healthy, stay well, and continue to be a positive influence on our world. Thank you, and bye-bye.